1,000 people in less than 4 minutes. In the midst of utter devastation and chaos, a father left his wife securely at home and rushed to the school where his son was supposed to be, only to discover that the building was as flat as a pancake. After the traumatic initial shock, he remembered the promise he had made to his son. No matter what, I'll always be there for you. And tears began to fill his eyes as he looked at the pile of debris that once was the school. It looked hopeless. But he kept remembering his commitment to his son, and he couldn't let go of it. He began to concentrate on where he walked his son into school, remembering his son's classroom would be in the back right corner of the building. He rushed there and started digging through the rubble. As he was digging, other parents arrived, clutching their hearts, saying, "My son, my daughter." Other well-meaning parents tried to pull him off of what was left of the school, saying, "It's too late. They're dead. You can't help them. Go home. Come on, face reality. There's nothing you can do. You're just going to make things worse for yourself." To each parent, he responded with one line, "Are you going to help me now?" And then he proceeded to dig for his son, stone by stone. The fire chief showed up, tried to pull him off of the school's debris, saying, "Fires are breaking out. Explosions are happening everywhere. You're in danger. We'll take care of it. Go home." To which this loving, caring Armenian father asked, "Are you going to help me now?" And continued digging. The police came and said, "You're angry, distraught, and it's over. You're endangered. Go home. We'll handle it." To which he responded again, "Are you going to help me now?" No one helped. Courageously, he proceeded alone because he needed to know for himself, is my boy alive or is he dead? He dug for 8 hours, turned into 12 hours, then 24, then 36. On the 38th hour, he pulled back a boulder and heard his son's voice. He screamed his son's name, "Armin." He heard back, "Dad, it's me, Dad. I told the other kids not to worry. I told them that if you were alive, that you would save me. And when you saved me, they'd be saved. You promised, Dad. No matter what, I'll always be there for you. You did it, Dad. You kept your promise." How many of us need to know that God keeps His promise? Through the earthquake, through the storms, through the times that we feel alone and deserted, through the times that we feel like we need to give up something, that we need to lay something down, that God will always provide, that God is a man of His word, and God keeps His promises. As Aaron and Tori begin to come up and close us out, I think it's really a great reminder to know that affirming God isn't going to be easy. Remembering God's faithfulness isn't an easy thing. Once you accept Christ, it's become a watered-down lie that everything's just going to become okay in this world. That once Christ is accepted, your life is just fine and it's going to be easy, happy to you. But that's not the gospel. The gospel says that be of good cheer despite circumstances. God tells His disciples before He's about to be crucified on a cross, be of good cheer. This is their King. This is their Lord of Lords. This is a desert season for them, and He tells them to be of good cheer. This is their best friend about to die, and He tells them to be of good cheer. He tells them to affirm God's calling, basically, to be available and firm and faithful and intimate with God. Only God can keep His promises. No one else on this world can keep their promises. Not our teacher, not even our preacher. Because we have a sinful nature. But God is a man of His word. And once we encounter and experience the love of God, we're never the same. I just want to end with an analogy because Paul Washer put it great when he talked about how many Christians now are either crazy or they're liars. Because he talked about how one time, if he were to run up to an event in the last minute and say, "Sorry, I'm late. Actually, a crazy story happened, a crazy event. I was driving and my car was having problems, so I got out and I tried to fix it. I was trying to fix the tire, and as I was fixing the tire, it rolled out in the middle of the street. So I went up and I picked it up, and as soon as I grabbed it, there was a log truck coming 120 miles an hour. And it hit me. But guys, I made it." He said, "You guys would know that I'm either crazy or that I'm lying because once I'm hit by a log truck, I'm not going to look the same." And the same is true with the Spirit of God. The same is true with Jesus. Once you come into an encounter and a relationship with God, you shouldn't look the same. You shouldn't act the same or laugh the same. Laugh at what the world laughs at or pursue what the world pursues. So I ask, have you trusted in God? Have you been changed by the love of Christ? Or maybe you have. Maybe things have been difficult, or maybe things have been great. But God is a man of His word, and even at our very best, we need Him. And you are not alone. You are not left behind, because God has promises to stay with us. God has promises to succeed us, and He came to change our hearts and change our lives and to never leave us. You can trust God. Would you pray with me? Dear Lord, thank you for this time that we've been able to spend with you. Thank you for the time that you've been able to speak to us in many different ways, God. I pray today that we would affirm our calling and that we would trust you with our finances, God. We would trust you with our career, that we would trust you with our children, that we would trust you with our families, that we would stand up and truly trust you that all that we are. We would trust you with everything that we have in our lives, despite whether we're making it well or barely even making it day in and day out, God. Thank you for being a man that we can trust, Lord. Thank you for being here for us. It's in your name that I pray. Amen. We're here for you if you want to pray. Myself and Wes will be up here. We'd love to talk with you.
If you'll stand, turn to 142 in your hymnals.
Fountain filled with blood, drawn from Emmanuel's veins, and sinners plunged beneath that flood lose all their guilty stains, lose all their guilty stains, lose all their guilty stains, and sinners plunged beneath that flood lose all their guilty stains. The dying thief rejoice to see that fountain in his day, and there may I, though vile as he, wash all my sins away, wash all my sins away, wash all my sins away. And there may I, though vile as he, wash all my sins away. Dear dying Lamb, thy precious blood shall never lose its power, till all the ransomed church of God be saved to sin no more, be saved to sin no more, be saved to sin no more, till all the ransomed church of God be saved to sin no more. Their sins by faith I saw the stream, thy flowing wounds supply. Redeeming love has been my theme, and shall be till I die, and shall be till I die.
God, thank you for letting us be here this morning once again. God, thank you for letting us get to know one another, and thank you for letting this message speak to the heart of what is going on in this church and what is going on in this community, God. I pray that we would take that and show people your trust, that we would take that and move with it and not stay complacent, God. Please bless these members as they go out and help them to just remain in your trust and show others as well. It's in your name that I pray. Amen.
Jesus will meet you.
Thanks for listening to this week's message. Please join us again next time for another installment of the Creek Road Baptist Pulpit.